Hi Capricorn, welcome to your Magic Door reading for late March. Just think of this as for the next, think of this as in place for the next 4 weeks. Alright, Capricorn. Capricorn Magic Door reading. See what would bridge the gap between you and your person, if you're interested. 3 of Pentacles. So this feels like this is you thinking like you're kind of throwing yourself into work or kind of keeping your distance and you're thinking about it. It's productive because you're doing things, you're active, you're whatever, but it's in the back of your mind. Thinking either about how this is going to work or working things out with this person or what your next move is going to be. We got King of Pentacles right here. This could be Virgo, could be Capricorn or Taurus as well. But if we're talking about a king, it could be Virgo. 9 of Swords, 8 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, and the Devil. That's you, Capricorn. I mean, could be. I think it's kind of unfair, you know? Like, why did it have to be the Devil? Why did that get assigned to anything? But it was assigned to Capricorn, so there you go. All right, so something unexpected has come into play, or something very quick. Perhaps someone has moved. For you, Virgo, it feels like there's a move or something is imminent. All right, hold on a minute. It could be a move or it could be communication. What's this King of Pentacles about? What's this King of Pentacles for Virgo? Not Virgo, Capricorn. King of Pentacles for Capricorn here. There's Capricorn. That could be Virgo. That's why I said Virgo. Capricorn. King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is an issue of security. Perhaps you are ready to offer stability and security, or you're like, you know what, we've been, this is a trial separation, or we haven't been speaking, but I really would like to talk about the future with us. What's this 8 of Wands about? 8 of Wands. This could be someone has been keeping or in communication with someone else and keeping it a secret. This could be Pisces or Cancer. This could be that because someone has gone inward and decided to use their intuition or connect to source, they feel it's almost like they've just had this revelation and they're like, we need to talk. So it could be that they're coming towards you too. It could be that the communication needs to happen quickly because maybe there's a move for a job or there's some sort of move or travel involved, and it's like we need to talk about things because this is happening and I need to know where you and I are at. This could be a surprise visit from someone. Perhaps you, Capricorn, are going to surprise them and just say, look, we need to talk. I feel like this is someone coming to a sudden realization and like wanting things to move forward. But if they're not going to be move forward, then it's like me moving on, me moving away. There's something about movement, the immediacy of deciding about this future with this person, Capricorn. What's this 9 of Swords about? I think the lack of movement, the lack of discussion about forward movement is starting to weigh on you. And the challenge has been security and stability and predictability, or not predictable, but just knowing that you two are an item, you two are a committed couple. We're going to work together, we're going to do things together. Perhaps it's been someone that hasn't been willing to take an interest in working things out, or is not really just showing any kind of interest towards stability or security. Maybe they just want to keep things the way they are, which is kind of you do you and I'll do me, and we're not really connected. We're just together for together's sake. Maybe you, Capricorn, took some time apart to figure out what you want and figure out if you're willing or not to work on things. And maybe this is you realizing all of a sudden that you are, and you're like, I need to talk to you now about this. Because it looks like the challenge has been the stability and security of the relationship, the connection or not. You know, like, are we going to do this? Are we not? Are we going to make things more stable and secure? Are we going to move forward in that direction or not? And the key would be to work together. The key would be to build that security and start acting as one, or making decisions as one, that sort of thing, like moving forward as a couple. Whether it's that making the relationship more serious, or if it's about getting back together after there's been a rift in a connected, committed partnership, and deciding, all right, we're going to work together, we're going to figure this out, we're going to work on some things. These two feel connected right here. This is someone, you might think this is you as a couple, you two as a couple working things out with a counselor or somebody else, but in fact, this is someone kind of solitary that knows what they're doing, is good at it. Leave me alone. Everybody leave me alone. I'm going to throw myself into my work. And you might want to stop by and admire my work, or I can consult with you, but I don't want anybody's opinion. I need to figure stuff out first, and then I will rejoin and I will offer my say, but I don't want to be talked to right now. You know what I mean? So that's this right here. This is someone willing to work with someone, or they are working on themselves to prove and provide to and for someone at a later time. This is someone that's really wanting to show and kind of impress, or they're submitting their work for approval. And that could be like, look, I've worked on things in myself, I worked it out, here's what I came up with, what do you think? Do you see what I'm saying? This would suggest that there needs to be an interest in someone working on themselves as well as working on the issues in the relationship for it to move forward. What's this Ten of Cups? Oh, what's this Ten of Cups? Please don't be the damn Ten of Swords. What's this Ten of Cups about? Oh, son of a... Okay, well, there you are again. Devil. All right, what else? What else? Okay, good. Phew, glad I pulled another card. All right, it is possible. This is possible. However, it takes that willingness to go, to connect to source, to go inward. Perhaps you two as a couple, also maybe each of you on your own, taking some time to figure things out, which is what is going on here and what is going on here. Something has happened, I don't know what. And, you know, it's everyday mundane stuff probably, but the issue is somebody might be stubborn and not willing to work on the nitty gritty. Because at some point you go past being at a certain level to whether you like it or not, if nothing else by time and longevity, you enter into a new phase. And if someone's not willing to sort of acknowledge and bear the responsibility for the newfound connectedness, partnership, whatever, then it stays stagnant, and it starts to hold you back as a couple from connecting emotionally and sexually, financially, all of that. And so that would suggest that, look, the happily ever after is there waiting for you, but there's some hurdles that are holding you back that you really need to dig deep to get over. But I also want to say, too, what I said earlier, it involves both parties wanting to. So this could be about somebody being reluctant to take that next step because they might like things the way they are. And I feel like, Capricorn, you've come to some conclusions and you're just like, all right, I need to talk to you right now. And it might be you figuring out, look, I've done some soul searching and I know what I want. I know how I'd like this to go. What's this devil about? Look at that. King of Pentacles right there. This could be a Virgo. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. This is all about someone being controlling with money. No, I shouldn't say it's all about, but one of the issues here could very well be someone is not wanting to let go of the way they live, their lifestyle. They're not wanting to take that next step into sharing and compromising and revealing secrets and being vulnerable. And this is not about woundology and sharing, oh, this is my worst, deep, darkest fear and I expect you to take it off my hands and make it better for me. No. Nobody is responsible for anybody's happiness, but they can greatly influence it. So this would suggest that, all right, somebody needs to let go a little bit of their ways, control whatever, and kind of compromise a little bit, because otherwise it's just going to hold you back. It's just going to keep both of you in an unhealthy, toxic situation. This is not to say that you are completely responsible for letting everything go and now the other person, no, it's a compromise. It's a balance. Right now things are out of whack. It's holding you back. It's just not good for any of you. So, and perhaps that's the realization that you had, Capricorn, was that, I've realized, okay, I'm this way, but I come by it honestly because I just want to make sure that everything is right and good and that, things are the way they should be. But I understand that I might need to take into account what you think. So I really would like to, and this could have been an epiphany that you had, especially if you're going inward and doing some soul searching. So now it's about sort of presenting that to your person, Capricorn, and like, okay, well, what do you think? All right. What's going on here for Capricorn? Childish. Perhaps someone thought someone was being childish, or there could be a childish energy about like, look, I may be a certain age, but I've always done what I wanted to do when I wanted to do. That's the way I've lived my life. But when you want to join with somebody, sometimes there needs to be compromises made because it can't just be all about you 100% of the time, If it is, then you're just excellent roommates. Capricorn. 2 cards for Capricorn, please. This is about what Capricorn's person would say to them if they would or could. Capricorn. This is not to be mistaken with childlike, where that's somebody that can be acknowledging the wonder of everything 24/7. No, this is somebody that kind of, when they start to feel out of control or vulnerable, they hunker down and pull away and get kind of like, mine, It's very only childish sometimes, like feels like how an only child might react when they're younger. If they're not socialized, or you know what I mean, if they're just kind of under themselves, they're unacquainted with how to share and interact and things like that. Can be anyway. Capricorn. What would Capricorn's person say to them? Okay. Capricorn's person. What else is going on here with Capricorn? I gotta be careful about saying other signs because all of a sudden I think that's when I fall down a rabbit hole. I'm like, oh, this could be Virgo. And so listen, Virgo, this is time. Perhaps you feel time is of the essence. Perhaps enough time has gone by where you're like, it's now or never. I got my decision. I know what I want. This is it. Because if at this point I feel like I've learned all I can from this situation, and I'm going to be making some decisions with or without you, I really want to be with you. But if it's not, I understand. But I do value time here, and it's time to make a decision. It's time. We don't get this time back. So we need to get, I feel this sense of immediacy, and I think it has to do with this Eight of Wands here. All right. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. No other compares to you. Okay. I hope that resonates. I could see why someone needed some time to think about things. That could be what this Hermit is. With that High Priestess was up here is like, you know what? I just need to know it in my soul. I need to be grounded in it. I have to know it too. I can't be told. Can't be told. And that this might translate to part of this being seen as childish because it's like, oh, you can't tell that person anything. Well, to some degree, that's fair though, because if you don't internalize something, if it doesn't come from you, then you're gonna rebel and betray and all that because it's not yours yet. You don't feel that way. You're just being told to behave that way, and then it's like, well, then I got to show you how I'm really gonna behave. Capricorn. My gosh, I haven't even, okay, yeah, you can't see everything. We got the Stork, which could be taking some time off and working on the relationship, getting back together to work on the relationship, that sort of thing. This is also speaking about spring. So this is working on issues, maybe taking some time, going through the motions in a relationship, sorting things out, hopefully moving forward eventually after you take some time apart, reconvene. And this right here would suggest a mature relationship, or a long-term relationship. So taking some time out and working on things in a long-term relationship. That's what this speaks to. And we see that here by the King and the Ten of Pentacles. All right. Capricorn, I hope this works out for you. I hope the other person is willing to listen and they too are willing to work on things and move forward. Looks like there's a chance here. Here's that Ten of Cups. It's just somebody's got to be willing, right? Or both parties got to be willing, right? Okay. I hope this was helpful to you, Capricorn, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.